Hello and welcome to For Non-Gamers. Welcome to Gaming for Non-Gamers, or Skyrim for old people, or a trip to Whiterun. Anyway, yeah, I figure this is for old people, and what better place to start than on a boat. And this boat here is the Asteria. It's a wonderful mod, absolutely gorgeous looking boat, and it's not just a boat, but it's a boat that floats in the air, which I think is very cool. And I could actually, I guess, show you inside, because inside's very cool too, but I'm not going to do that because we're old and really we just don't have that kind of time. So we're going to get the hell out of here, and I'm going to show you some of my world and showcase some of my favorite mods. And I'll explain a little more about that as we go. So anyway, yeah. First thing we're going to do is check out... Oh, swans. We're going to check out these swans because Skyrim doesn't actually have swans. And I think that's cool. Anyway, I'm not going to make you sit through this whole swimming through the lake. Basically, this is Skyrim for old people, but if you young people, you have an uncle who's like, oh, what's up with the Xbox? Show him this video and he'll buy one tomorrow. Now, this is Lakeview Manor, and it's not like I would have a house that's just all, where I keep all these scantily clad women and stuff. It just so happens that all these scantily clad women are in my house. And yeah, I had to slow it down here because, my bed needs warming. It's another mod that's double beds are for two people. And yes, these girls are very beautiful. Thanks to a few mods that I've got here. And I'm going to put a list in the description of this video so you can check them out. Now, the thing I love about this is that it's a beautiful game. It's a lot of fun to play, can hang out, whatever. And it's extremely stable. Like what we're going to do here, we're actually going to just walk to Riverwood, walk to Whiterun, because those are two areas in Skyrim that are notorious for like crashing constantly. And I have done that walk many, 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 many times, back and forth both ways. And oh, by the way, check this out. There's bugs around the lantern. Like how cool is that? But anyway, yeah. And no crashes. So, yeah, we're going to make this, we're going to do this during the day because I want to show off this beautiful grass here. This is veiws brom, and I've got some divine, everything, divine trees, divine forests, divine flora. Oh, check that out. The lantern turned off as we were walking by because it's morning time. And so yeah, I'm just gonna I'm not gonna forward this part because seriously, I just think this looks absolutely spectacular. Just making sure I'm going the correct way here. We're gonna head to Riverwood, and we're not gonna hang out there. We're just gonna kind of pass on through, and then we're gonna head over to Whiterun, as this is called, Trip to Whiterun, or something like that. Oh yeah, I want to check this out here. This is some guy on Facebook tipped me off to this. And it's a beautiful little, I could turn that into my screensaver or something. I think that looks very cool. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah. And again, this is just sort of what the world looks like in my version of Skyrim. And I gotta say, this is one fantastic, and fantastic is the perfect word because this is just, it's all about fantasy. So, yeah, as I said, I just want to show off some of these mods. Look at that. I'm using divine atmospheres. And I'm actually using some stuff that you probably shouldn't use with Divine Atmospheres. I'm using, I think it's called a Far Better Sun. And as you'll see a little later on, I'm using a cloud mod, which you're not supposed to use with Divine Atmospheres. But I think it looks much more realistic to have two different types of clouds sometimes. Sometimes you only have one, sometimes you have another, sometimes you have both. And I'm also using Obsidian Mountain Fog. And you'll get a better look at this later, but I'm using Majestic Mountains. And between all of that, you get all of this different, textures of mist and cloud and everything else. And it just kind of blows my mind a little bit. Anyway, so here we go. Oh, and that, by the way, photorealistic ivy. Totally worth it. And I love these bridges. We'll see a couple more of them before we get to Whiterun. But the unique bridges... Get it? It's fantastic. Now, I didn't download a water mod because it's part of Divine Atmospheres. And it looks good, but I might still go with Divine Water. Anyway, let's forward this and get to Whiterun so I can show off a couple of things there. Again, I want to show off the stability of the game and everything else. And yeah, look at that. God dang, that is beautiful. And I love this here. These guards, they're talking. I don't know which dialogue overhaul it is, but the dialogue is kind of cool. And that Skyrim is windy, I don't know. Kind of look like there's like a gnome in the tree or something moving the branches around. Doesn't really look windy. It looks cool sometimes. Sometimes with the like smaller bushes and stuff, it actually like kind of looks like windy and it's a little more immersive. Sometimes it looks all jerky and mechanical and I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying it. But I never get rid of mods mid playthrough because that is a great way to destabilize your game as far as I understand it. Now, I don't know a lot about modding. I put this together basically resources from the internet, something that I have tried to learn to use and I think I've utilized it fairly well is Tarshana's logical load order, and I would highly recommend it to anybody who's thinking of modding out their game. I know there are different templates for load orders. That is to me the best. Oh, there's a bird. A flying bird in Skyrim. That just really doesn't happen. So again, you're gonna have to look at the list in the description to see what mods I'm using for the birdies. Okay, now we're gonna head to Whiterun. Now we're gonna have another look at those just fucking mind-blowingly awesome looking mountains. And the clouds and the fog and everything else. And now we're going to go to Whiterun real quick because otherwise this video would be quite boring. All right, so here, oh, the horse. I'm not even sure what mod is making the horse look that cool, but it's kind of freaky actually. I should mention I'm terrified of horses. And yeah, I'm just going to forward that. Okay, so here we are in Whiterun. And usually at this point, it would be stuttering. I'd be getting some serious frames per second drops or loss or whatever. Nothing. Smooth as silk right here. There's the trigger point. And, oh, this is so cool. Here's Nazim, and he's an asshole, so I dressed him up like a chef with another mod, which tailors something, whatever. But yeah, it's just like silky smooth, and I'm about 10 hours into the playthrough. I have had one crash, but it was entirely my fault. I got greedy. I was in an inn that was created by another mod, and I tried to get Sophia drunk and sleep with her, and I don't think you can do those three things at once. Anyway, so this is kind of like the shot at the beginning of the video, and this shows you that because I'm not only old, but I'm also kind of fucking poor, I'm using a very bottom end video capture device. So the color's a little washed out, and the only actual representation of what I see on my screen is the picture that was at the beginning of this video. So you can compare what Whiterun looked like there and what what it looked like while I was just standing there during this video, and I'll give you some idea as to how this actually does look, which is fantastic. So I mean, I really gotta hand it these modders. They do this for free, and we're talking about a game that's like almost 10 years old now. I think it came out 2011, and I love it. I love this game, and I love the way it looks with all of these changes that have been made. Here's Breeze Home. Everyone knows Breeze Home because it's the first home you get in Skyrim. And this Breeze Home makes sense. You don't walk in the front door right into a fucking fire pit. There's a fireplace there. And here, this is awesome. That's the, what the hell is it called? High Poly Project. The apples actually look like apples. And Lydia. I modded her out because I was sick of Lydia walking around like a dude. And now she walks around like a woman. And yes, my bed needs warming, but sorry, Lydia, I just don't think of you that way. And here, yeah, my bedroom. It's a loft. I can look at my front door from my bedroom. Anyway, that's about all I wanted to show you. Yeah, Sophia. Anyway. So I'm gonna leave it at that. It's me time now, and seeing as how this is a family-friendly video, I'm just gonna go ahead, bid you adieu, happy gaming, and thanks for watching.